Aha. Yeah, the question is it real, right? The question is it real? Is it real, my friends? Is it real? You make up your mind for yourself. You tell me if you think it's real. All right. All right, everybody. Hey, welcome to, hey, from Texas, hey, from Acapulco. And this is the Sun Man. Here we go. There you go. Is it real? Is it real? Let's see if we can get it to be real. We're from the casa. We're from the casa, and then we have a new house. And yeah, it's real. Trying to get it as nice as I can for you. Hola, amigos. Bienvenidos a Acapulco. See? I want to tell you a story tonight. Tonight's story is how I met Mick Jagger. Okay, this is how I met Mick Jagger. A long time ago, in a place far, far away. Honolulu, Hawaii, as a matter of fact. I was in Honolulu, Hawaii. And I saw this thing that if I donated a lot of money to a charity, that Allie and I could get VIP tickets to the Rolling Stones, and we could meet the band and get photos with the band. And good golly, I said, I wonder how much that is. And it turned out to be mucho, mucho, mucho dinero. Mucho dinero. And I showed it to Allie, and she goes, holy shit, that's crazy. And I thought about it for I think I thought about it for either a day or an hour. It was either a day or an hour. It was fascinating the way this works. I think it was a day. And the next day, we're sitting out by the pool at the Royal Hawaiian Hotel. And I looked at my schedule because, you know, it's not just what it costs to donate to the charity. You got to go there too, right? You got to fly there. You got to have the time to do that. You got to, you know, it's more than just the money. And sure enough, there was a hole in my schedule. I had time in my schedule to do it. And then I was sitting out by the pool the next day, again. And I clicked the button and bought it. And I said, hey, Allie, we're going to the Rolling Stones. She goes, no, you did not. And I go, yes, I did. She goes, oh my God. And I said, hey, this is like once in a lifetime that we're gonna get to do this. She goes, yeah, I guess you're right. Well, then began the logistics, because we were in Honolulu and this meeting with the Rolling Stones was gonna happen in the Netherlands. And it was like, we had an event that we were doing. We were teaching the speaker training program in New York City, my extreme VIP speaker training. And then a week later, I had to be in, where would I have to be? Palos Verdes, California. Palos Verdes, California. So we could do it logistically, but I had to figure it out. And as I started looking through it, I found out that it was going to be $4,500 each, one way to fly from Amsterdam to Palos Verdes. And that seemed like not a good idea. Why spend all that money on a flight? So I'm searching and searching, and I'm telling you, as an entrepreneur, necessity is the mother of invention. Like, when you're up against the wall, you come up with creative ideas. And as I'm searching through Expedia, I see that there is an Aeroflot flight that goes through Moscow. And you have to stop in Moscow, and then you can fly to Los Angeles from Moscow, direct. And then I got the idea, well, maybe we could stay in Moscow and see Moscow. And if we do that, we could get some pictures of Red Square and the Kremlin and all this stuff. And I found a flight that went through Moscow, and it stopped for 18 hours in Moscow, and then it continued to Los Angeles. And I bought us 2 tickets on that, and that was 2 tickets of that was like $450 for both of us. Mucho mejor, mucho mejor. This is not a resort, Stephanie D. This is our new villa. This is our new villa. This is not a resort. Then, after I buy the tickets that include the stopover in Moscow, then, and only then, do I find out from my client and friend, Jeff Peoples, that we needed visas to leave the airport. Oh yeah, you have to have a visa, a tourist visa. So now I had to get a tourist visa, and I begin the process of looking through all the things about how do you get a tourist visa to go to Moscow. And luckily, I noticed that your passport must be valid for 6 months after you enter Moscow in order to get a tourist visa. And unfortunately, my passport was going to expire 5 months and 1 week after entering the Soviet Union. And that would not be good. That would not be acceptable. It could never pass in front of one of those bureaucrats. They would catch that and stop me. So I had to get a new passport. Toot sweet. And I had to get a new passport. They applied for the visas, and I booked us a hotel suite in London. And you know, I had this amazing, that year we stayed more than 200 nights it was more like 150 plus nights in Starwood hotels that year. And I had what they call a Starwood ambassador. She was my friend, Jude. Love Jude. Hey, Jude. Jude hooked us up and got us upgrades. And when we got to London, we had a beautiful suite in London, right near Harrods department store, like 2 blocks away. And when we got there, Allie said that was the nicest hotel suite she'd ever seen in London. Now that means a lot when you're a wife who has worked on feature films for big studios and lived in London for 6 months at a time in beautiful hotels. When she says it's the nicest hotel she's seen in London, that meant a lot. And we did some great sightseeing, and we went to the opera. We saw the Magic Flute. We saw the Magic Flute at the Royal Opera House. And bought all the clothes that we needed. And then after like 4 days, I think we stayed in London for 5 days. And then from there, we went to Amsterdam for the night. And then we got on a first class train and we went to the little city where the Rolling Stones concert was going to be. It was called Arnhem, Netherlands. It was in an arena. And, you know, I tried to get us there early, because the last thing I wanted to do was miss the Rolling Stones photo opportunity. And they said, look, you are not going to know when your photo opportunity is with the Rolling Stones until like an hour before. And if you miss it, you missed it. Tough shit. So we get there like 4 hours before and have lunch in the square. It was a beautiful little pizza and Pellegrino moment. And then we get to the arena and we go to the VIP will call, and there's like 1 million people there. And it's starting to get closer and closer. Like we get there and it's like 2 hours before the concert's supposed to start, and we don't have our tickets, and I'm not sure if that's the place to go even. And we get on the end of the line. It's this huge, huge line. We get on the end of the line, and Allie's getting nervous. She's like, we're gonna fucking miss this fucking thing. All this fucking money, and we're gonna miss this fucking thing. I'm like, relax, we're not gonna miss it. And I have a contact number of a person. So I call this person on my cell phone, and she answers the phone, and she goes, yeah? And I go, hey, I'm supposed to meet with the Rolling Stones. And she goes, why are you fucking calling me? Click, hangs up. I'm like, Allie, she just hung up on me. She's like, God damn it, we're gonna miss this fucking thing. She was really freaking out because it was a lot of freaking money. I mean, most people could buy a nice car with what it cost us to donate money to the charity to meet the Rolling Stones. So I call back the lady one more time and I go, hey, this is Clint Arthur. I'm supposed to be a VIP guest of the Rolling Stones and I don't know where to go. And she goes, you need to make it to the RSVIP. And I go, do you know where that is? She goes, I don't know where that is, but that's where you need to go. You need to go to the RSVIP. And I go, what about my tickets? She goes, they should be at the will call. So it takes like half an hour to get up to the window for the will call. And finally I get there and I see some guy like come in the door to the booth and he hands the person a couple of envelopes and I see my name, Clint Arthur, on one of those envelopes. And I go, hey, that's me, Clint Arthur. And I'm showing him my passport and he's like, wait. But at least I knew I was in the right place. So I get the tickets, I get the stickers, like the sticker badges that you need. And we go inside and I'm like, RSVIP. Nobody knows RSVIP. And we're just like walking through the back area of this stadium, RSVIP. And then finally somebody points to us, RSVIP. And we go in the RSVIP and it's like some kind of a VIP lounge. And they have an open bar and they have chocolates on the table. And that's it. An open bar and chocolates on the table. So we go and we walk into this area and I see what looks like another American couple. How do I know it's an American couple? Well, she is like 40-ish and blonde and completely enhanced and, pushing all my buttons the way I like it. And he looks like he looks like, I don't know, late 50s and he's wearing some kind of a expensive print shirt. I don't know what it is, but like guys do, they have these expensive print shirts. And and I go over to them and I go, hey, are you guys here to meet the Rolling Stones? And they go, yeah, we are. Are you too? And I go, yeah. And I go, yeah, I heard there was one other couple that was doing it. He goes, yep, that's us. So we sit down with them and I go, you look really familiar. And he goes, did you ever see the movie The Queen of Versailles? And I said, yeah, you're that guy. You're the son, right? He goes, yeah, that's my dad and my stepmom. She's the Queen of Versailles. Now, The Queen of Versailles is a movie about this guy who sets out to build the biggest house in America. It's it's like, I don't know how many bedrooms. It's in Florida. And he is a timeshare guy. He has a timeshare resort in Las Vegas called the Westgate. And this guy, the son, he basically runs the whole business for the dad. And he is a supporting character in that documentary movie, which I did see on Netflix. Anyway, we hang out with them and we're drinking, and it took about an hour before finally somebody came and said, hey, are you guys here to meet the Rolling Stones? Are you part of that group? And we said, yeah, we are. And she goes, okay, come with me. And there's us, me and Allie, and there's the other couple, and then the whole event is sponsored by Jeep Europe, and there's these executives there from Jeep. And me and Allie, we're the first ones. And as we're waiting, like, they bring us down to this area, and they go, okay, just wait here. And as we're waiting, the wife of the guy whose mom was the Queen of Versailles, she goes, look at how cool their clothes are. I told you we should wear cool clothes. Now, Allie and I had been like working on these costumes for this photo shoot for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. I mean, as soon as I bought the tickets, I started shopping for the right leather jacket, and I'm actually wearing the black pants that I wore when I met them. And then, you know, in London, I had to find the right shirt. And if you ever see the photo of me with the Rolling Stones, you'll see I'm wearing this red, bright red shirt. We looked all over London to buy that shirt. And finally, it comes the time, and the girl who was cursing at me on the phone, she goes, okay, who's gonna be first? And it's me and Allie. And we go in, and we walk in, and there's all the fucking Rolling Stones, okay? All four of them. And they're very nice gentlemen. And, you know, I shake hands with the drummer and the bass player, and then I shake hands with Mick Jagger. And I go, Sir Mick, what's the most important thing you ever learned? And he goes, you can't always get what you want, but if you try, sometimes you might find you get what you need. Now, the guy is just reciting a line from a song, but hey, it's Mick Jagger, right? He can do whatever he wants. And then we take our photos, and we go back outside, and then the next people go in. The Queen of Versailles' son goes in, and then he comes out, and we go back, and he's like, well, we're gonna go look for some food. And he goes, I saw these vending areas, and we're gonna go look for some food. And I'm like, okay, we'll see you guys later. I saw this whole other VIP party that was going on, and probably for the Jeep people, I don't know. In any case, we went and walked around and found where we needed to go, and we went and just crashed into this VIP dinner party that was going on, full of really good food and wine. And Allie had a glass of wine, and I had some Pellegrino, and we ate really good food, and then we went to the concert. And now, you know, like, here's the thing. It's like, our tickets were, they said pit, right? There's like the mosh pit, right? But at Rolling Stones, it's not a mosh pit. At the Rolling Stones, it's just an open area, and there was lots and lots of people in the open area. And we go in there, and it was like super crowded in the middle, but on the sides, we were right in the front. And Mick Jagger came. Mick freaking Jagger was just coming like right there. Okay, that's where he was. And I got all kinds of great pictures of him like 10 feet away from me, singing and playing. It was, I'll tell you what, the Rolling Stones is the best concert in the freaking world. Every song is a hit. Every song musically is amazing. Really, truly amazing. And the energy that guy has is just phenomenal. Mick Jagger's energy, just incomparable energy. Man, what a crazy concert that was. And what a crazy night. And, you know, I know that the guy was just reciting a line from one of his songs. But as a metaphor for living, I really do believe you cannot always get what you want. But if you try, sometimes you just might find that you get what you need. It's true. And a lot of people who find me, right? They find me and they're not really looking. They don't want to be celebrity entrepreneurs. They don't even really know what being a celebrity entrepreneur really means. But if you want to stand out in crowded marketplaces, if you want to be an expert who gets paid a lot of money, being a celebrity entrepreneur is truly what you need. Hey, if you enjoyed this Sunset Story, I'll see you back here tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Mountain Time, 6:30 Mountain Time. That'll be 8:30 Eastern. And I'll do another one of these beautiful sunset stories here from our sweet villa in Acapulco. Buenos dias and good night, everybody.